At this point, we're ready to begin our second model and the setup. So what you're going to do is go into your suitcase, and in that same basket that you just placed in there, you are going to remove your spray disinfectant and a paper towel. Go ahead and spray the table and wipe it clean. Place the disinfectant on your table setup and throw your paper towel into your trash. At this point, you're going to remove that basket you just put in, and you are going to take bag number 6. Bag number 6, you're going to open it up and you're going to remove your table cover. You're going to place it onto the table setup. You're going to take this basket and remove the items. And you are now doing a second setup. This basket now goes into your trash bag. Sanitize your hands. And now you're going to remove your last 2 paper towels, throw your bag into the soil bag, and sanitize your hands. Take your paper towels, open them up, and put them onto your table setup. At this point, go sanitize your hands, go back into your suitcase and pull out the second basket. In the second basket, you should have bags 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Remember, your biohazard is going to be in your first aid kit, which remains on your table setup. Sanitize your hands, take your mannequin, and prepare for redraping of the mannequin. At this point, you're going to open up on bag 7. You're going to take everything out of bag 7, place it under the paper towel. You're going to dispose of bag 7, and you're going to sanitize your hands. We're first going to begin with our head draping, taking our new bouffant or shower cap, placing it on our model's head. We are going to take our headband, placing it on our model's head, holding it, and once again, I like to secure it on the back. You do it as you were taught. And pulling that far enough back so that we can see the beginnings of the hairline. As such. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and put on the sanic strip. You have 2 just in case you drop 1. The sanic strip is applied around the neck, so I like to just start it, bring it around, and tuck it in on the bottom, as such. Now you're going to put on the facial cape, and your facial cape will be tied at the end. These again you can cut yourself with your waxing paper, and you just want to turn it around and tie. Don't pull too tight on it or it will rip. Turn her back around. Make sure it's straight on her. There you go. And you now are set up and ready for your application. Making sure that you have everything on your table set up, sanitize your hands, and step back. We're ready to begin the portion of your aesthetics exam for hair removal of the eyebrows by tweezing and using the simulated soft wax. This is not a timed procedure. The proctor will read you the verbal instructions. You will be asked to set up for both the tweezing and the waxing. During this procedure, once you have set up, you will wait for further instructions from the examiner. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and read what you will be tested on. Candidates will be evaluated on the following task for tweezing of the brow: hair removal of the eyebrows. Tweezing and simulated soft wax supplies are labeled in English. If original manufacturer's label is present, it must have English and may be in multi-language. Any other created label must be in English only. You're going to check that implements and supplies are physically clean. Candidates wear gloves. They apply an antiseptic to the eyebrow area, hold the skin taut, demonstrates tweezing of the hair in the direction the hair grows, and applies the antiseptic to the treated area. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and do our setup and our tweezing. First thing I'm going to do is sanitize my hands, and I'm going to take out bag number 8. In bag number 8, I am going to set up all of my supplies for both the waxing and the tweezing. I have my antiseptics that I'm going to be using. Is going to be the alcohol pads. Everything else is going to go under the table setup that is not product. So I'm just going to take my towel, let it fall on there, and throw my bag into the soil bag. Going to sanitize my hands and arrange my items. I have placed 2 gloves just in case one rips or I drop one. I'm going to go ahead and straighten out so I'm not having to work against it. I am going to take and cover with my paper towel. So now that I have set up, I am going to sanitize my hands and wait for the examiner to come over. The first thing that she is going to do is she's going to ask me to demonstrate the tweezing of the brows. I am going to put gloves on once I've arranged everything, put my gloves on and wipe the area with an antiseptic wipe. So make sure that you've got gloves that fit you so that you're not struggling with those gloves later. So go ahead and put your gloves on. And again, you're doing this when your examiner tells you to, so do not jump the gun. Make sure that you get gloves that fit you good. Test them out prior to your examination. Okay, so now we're going to take one of the foil and we're going to open it, and it is our antiseptic wipe. Take it out, throw the foil into the soil bag, and now we're going to double brace because we're going to wipe the brow area. So you're going to go up to this area here, double brace, taking your little pledget here and wipe the area. You're going to throw that into your soil bag and sanitize your hands. You're going to go under your paper towel and you are going to remove your tweezers. Now, at this point, I generally use one of these facial wipes. I open it up and I take out one. I hold it into my hand as such. I'm going to go to my approach position, hold the skin open between two fingers, and I'm going to demonstrate tweezing using double bracing and removing hair in the direction the hair grows. So I'm double bracing, the pointed end of the tweezers is up, holding, removing one hair at a time and exaggerating your yanking position so there they can see that it has to be removed quickly. You're going to wipe the tweezers and wipe the area. One more time. 2, 3. And you do this until she says, demonstrate your simulated waxing. At that point, you stop, you take your tweezers, and your tweezers now go into your box that says items that need to be disinfectant and place them in there. This now goes into your soil bag. You're going to take one more foil wipe, throw the foil away, double brace, and you're going to wipe the area. Go to your approach position, throw the pad away, sanitize your hands, and wait for further instructions. At this point, she's going to tell you to demonstrate your simulated wax. In the demonstration of your hair removal by using a simulated soft wax, the following information will be read to the candidates individually. They're going to be grading and evaluating on that you apply an antiseptic to the eyebrow area, you use an absorbent material or product to dry the eyebrow area, you test the temperature of the simulated wax product on the wrist, you apply the simulated wax product using the entire length of the eyebrow in the direction of the hair growth. Smooth the wax strip over the simulated wax product, holds the skin taut without slack, removes the wax strip in the opposite direction of the hair growth, applies antiseptic to the treated area, and applies a post-epilation product to the treated area. Items to be disinfected, soil, linen, and trash are disposed of in the correct container. So now in order to begin, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to sanitize our hands. We already have our gloves on, and you're going to take your alcohol antiseptic wipe. You're going to demonstrate this on the opposite eye. Throw your foil into your soil bag. Using your double bracing, you are going to wipe the area clean. That goes into your soil bag, and now you are going to sanitize your hands. Now you're ready to apply your powder. Your powder is your absorbent material that you're going to use under your paper towel. So to apply the powder, you can do it a couple of ways. You can go into and get a cotton round out of your miscellaneous bag, or you can just dab it onto your finger over your soil bag just to put some on your finger. Now, you want to put enough that they see it, but not too much that it's going to coat. So basically, you can go and then just gently drop it onto the eye area. Just kind of pat it in and dust it off lightly. Okay? You're going to now sanitize your hands, and you're ready to remove your wax onto your applicator. So now you can do this in a number of ways. You can put it into your little plastic cup that is in your bag. Or you can work right off the stick, whichever is more comfortable to you. We are using a honey as our simulated wax. We take our spatula and we just take a very small amount and we place it into our cup. Close. And now we're going to do one of two things. You can either use it directly from the spatula. Remember that you have to apply it all in one area. Or you can take a toothpick or a smaller spatula. Once you have the wax onto your smaller applicator, if you choose to use it, it's imperative that you test the wax on your inner wrist to test for the temperature. This is the most important part of this examination. Once it has been accepted, now you're going to go around and apply this wax in a nice even stroke onto the brow area and all the way through to the end. You're going to take your toothpick, dispose of it. You have gloves on, so gloves do not need to be sanitized. Take your wax, and that goes under your paper towel for now. And now you have your muslin strip. You're going to apply the strip onto the area, and you're going to hold it one end and rub in the direction the hair grows. You're going to gently turn the head to one side. You're going to hold the skin taut. You're going to remove it downward, not up. and you're going to remove it in a quick motion and apply pressure. If you do have a small remaining amount of wax left on there, do not use the same strip. You will take your second strip, apply it to the area in the direction the hair grows, hold the skin taut, remove, and apply pressure. Throw that strip into the soil bag. Take your after wax product and your antiseptic. So first we're going to do the antiseptic to wipe any blood that may have come up during the waxing. Then you would, if it's a substantial amount, you're going to have to go into your double bagging. If not, you can just wipe the area clean using your double bracing. Throw that into the soil bag, and now you are going to use 2 cotton rounds, and these cotton rounds are going to wipe the area down. Now I like to use, just go into your miscellaneous bag if you do not have cotton rounds in there and you do have some extra ones. That's what it's for. Take 1 cotton round and your after wax product, saturate it well. And apply it to the area using your double bracing. At this point, you're going to remove your gloves, sanitize your hands, and dispose of your wax product, and wait for further instructions. Take your wax product, put them into your trash bag, sanitize your hands. And this concludes your tweezing and simulated wax. So once we've done our table setup, sanitize your hands and go ahead and take out your gloves. Go ahead and place your gloves onto your hands and get ready to begin by degreasing the skin. Now in your school, as most schools, we use alcohol to degrease the skin. So we're going to go ahead and take one of our alcohol packets and open them up to degrease the skin. We're working on the forehead. Throw that foil away. Approach the body. Pull your headband back far enough so that you get that complete forehead. And you want to degrease the skin. Degreasing is just wiping the area to get all the natural oils off the skin so that you have a better application. We need to dry the skin, so throw that pad away, sanitize your hands, and take one of the tissues that are under your paper towel so that you may dry the skin. Opening up your tissue, take it into your V shape and get that moisture off the skin. Throw your tissue away and sanitize your hands. Now we're going to go ahead and apply the goggles onto our client. Bring it around. The goggles are for their protection. And you're going to then sanitize your hands. Take out the face mask. The face mask is now applied to your face, making sure that you cover your nose and your mouth. Apply the goggles onto yourself and make sure they are secure onto your face. At this point, we prepare our handpiece. Go ahead and pull out your handpiece. Remove the rubber band. Place it under your paper towel and go ahead and remove the cover to your tip. Place it under the paper towel. Stretch out your handpiece from the cord. Stretch out the cord a little. And now we're ready to begin. We want to make sure that we hold the skin taut and we keep that cord wrapped around our wrist so that it does not interfere with the client's skin. We are going to demonstrate working on the forehead, both the vertical and the horizontal application. It is important that you hold the skin open while you're doing these tasks. So working in the vertical mode, you're going to hold the skin and stretch it open. Apply your microdermabrasion tip, and in long stroking motions, you're going to come up and back and forth. You want to make sure that you lift it up, and you do not want to do a total contact on the skin. Coming back to the center, making sure that that handpiece is perpendicular, straight up and down, and turning that client's face. Once you've completed your vertical, now you're going to work horizontally. You're going to open up the skin and you're going to hold it vertically, keeping the cord wrapped around your arm, and you're going to go side to side, starting in the middle area. Stretch. And stretch. Start back on this side. Until you've completed the entire forehead. Making sure the handpiece is straight up and down. Once you have completed that, take your handpiece and place it into the items to be disinfected. Because the cord is attached to that handpiece, you're going to have to just tie it back up and sanitize it later. So it goes into your items to be sanitized. And now you are going to dust off the skin. So you are going to take your 4x4 gauze. You can use cotton rounds, you can use 4x4 aesthetic wipes, you can use any of those. Go into your approach position and gently dust off any of the particles from the application. That now goes into your soil bag, and now you're going to wipe the area clean. Take out one of your facial wipes. Fold it into a pad. Approach. And now you're just wiping the area clean. dispose of the facial wipe. And now you're ready to remove your gloves, remove your goggles, remove the client's goggles. Goggles then need to be disinfected. You can use them, place them into a Ziploc bag so that they can be disinfected at a later time. Generally, you would place them into spraying with alcohol, or you can put them into your soil implements. Sanitize your hands. Check your table setup, and that concludes your microdermabrasion application. This portion of your aesthetics practical examination will be facial masks and the conclusion of facial services. This is a 10-minute procedure, and the proctor will give you your verbal instructions. Candidate will be evaluated on the following tasks. Facial area supplies are labeled in English. If original manufacturer's label is present, it must have English and may be multi-language. Any other creative labels must be in English only. Implements and supplies are visibly clean. You apply the mask to cover the face, excluding the eyes and the lips. Removes the mask, applies toner or astringent, and applies a moisturizer. Items to be disinfected, soil, linen, and trash are disposed of in a correct manner throughout this section. So the first thing you're going to do is sanitize your hands, and you're going to take out bag number 10. In bag number 10, we're going to remove the items and set them up on our table setup. All of our paper items will then go under our paper towel as well as our mask brush. Our bag is then disposed of into our trash bag, and sanitize your hands. We're going to take our little cup, we are going to take our mask, and we are going to squeeze out a small amount of product into our cup. You are going to take under your paper towel your mask brush, and you are going to break up your product. Keep in mind that your mask must have color. You are now going to approach onto the body and begin applying your mask. The important thing is, do not get it onto your headband. So pull that headband without exposing the hair. Pull the headband far enough back. Okay. Go ahead and begin. You're going to use long, even strokes, beginning at the chin line and bringing them all the way back. Make sure that you apply enough product that they can see where you applied it and it's not choppy. Get close enough to the eyes and bring it right onto the jawbone. Make sure you get on that lip area, close to the lips, and that takes you through half of the face. Now we're ready to go to the other side. So you're going to apply product onto your mask brush, holding at the forehead, and apply your product onto the face nice and evenly. Long, even strokes, covering the upper lip, making sure you're not getting anything into the nostril, and going close to the eye area. Make sure that you get right on the top part of this lip, right underneath, nice and smooth. Bring it close to the ear on both sides. Do not get it into the hairline. So now you have your facial brush that needs to be disinfected. So go ahead and take out one tissue and put it into your facial brush and place it into your items to be disinfected, which goes on your table setup, and sanitize your hands. Take your product, which you no longer need, go ahead and throw that into your soil bag or your trash bag. Now we're ready to remove the mask. Sanitize your hands, and you're going to take out one steam facial wrap. You're going to use this wrap to remove the product from the face. Throw your Ziploc into your trash, and you're going to have to test the temperature. So bring it to the front, test the temperature, bring it to the tin. How's that temperature? And bring it up. Make sure that you are bringing it as close over the nose as possible. Do not apply pressure directly onto the eyes, but onto the sides of them. Now we're ready to remove the product. So we're going to go one side at a time, and you're going to use the towel to remove the product from the face. One side at a time. Come back up. Get as much of that product off as you can before you go to the facial wipes. Bring it forward, put it in your soiled linen bag, sanitize your hands. Take your facial wipes, remove 2, and make your pads. Now you're going to hold the head, and you're just going to clean one side of the face using nice long even strokes, cleaning in the creases of the nose and the eyes, bringing it across, up, always up and out. Make sure you get in front of that hairline. And now you're going to go to the second side. Make sure you clean around there really well. Bring it up. Bring it up. If you need to get 2 more wipes, go right ahead. Make sure you get right in front of those ears. And close to those eyes. Close to that hairline. Creases of the mouth. And once you've completed that, throw away your wipes and sanitize your hands. You're going to take 2 cotton rounds and you're going to apply your toner over your soil bag to saturate and tone. This will help to remove any residue of your toner as well, of your mask, I mean. Okay, go ahead and start in your start position. And just go through the face and make sure you get in those creases. And your second side. Get under that nose. In front of those ears. Okay, once you complete that, pressure point and throw your cotton away. You take 1 tissue and now you're just going to dry the skin, place it in a triangle position. And remove. Throw your tissue away into your trash bag and sanitize your hands. At this point, we're going to apply moisturizer. So you're just going to flip it open, apply a very small amount, let it drop onto your fingertips, close it, emulsify, and you're going to go to the approach position and you're just applying it in nice, long, even strokes all over the face and up. Take a tissue, wipe your hands. Dispose of into your trash. Take your product, place it into your trash bag, and sanitize your hands. That concludes the application of your mask and your moisturizer. Now we're ready to do our makeup application. We have 20 minutes. The proctor will read the verbal instructions. Candidates will be evaluated on the following task. Facial makeup supplies are labeled in English if original manufacturer's label is present. It must have English and may be multi-language. Any other created label must be in English only. Implements and supplies are visibly clean. applies protective covering to the shoulders, secure hair off of the face, applies foundation to cover face, applies powder to the face, applies blush, grooms the eyebrows, applies eyeshadow, applies eyeliner, applies mascara, applies lip liner, applies lip color. Items to be disinfected, soil, linen, and trash are disposed of in the correct manner throughout this section. So now we're ready to begin. We are going to drape if needed. Our client's drape is secure and fastened. We're going to begin by sanitizing our hands, and we are going to take our bag that is labeled makeup. Now, because the makeup has a cover, it does not need to go under the paper towel. We are treating it as if it was product. So everything must have a cover. We have our foundation, our translucent powder, our blush, our eyeshadow, our mascara, our lip color, our lip liner, and our eyeliner. We go ahead and we dispose of our bag and sanitize our hands. We're ready now to begin the application of the foundation to the face. We're going to take our second bag, which is labeled bag 12, and has all of our makeup implements. Our makeup implements are going to go under our paper towel. So at this point, you can just kind of move everything over to one side under the paper towel, or you can go ahead and dispose of it however you wish. So we're going to go ahead and place everything under the paper towel and then arrange it accordingly. Going to dispose of the bag and sanitize our hands. You're going to take one of your paper towels, you're going to open it up lengthwise. Okay, you're going to cover everything under your paper towel here, and you're going to fold it lengthwise. This paper towel is going to hold all of your powders. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to scrape off using our tongue depressor or our spatula, whichever one you choose to use. And we are going to scrape off our translucent powder onto our product. We're going to turn our spatula around, and we are going to take out our blush. Throw your tongue depressor away, and now we're going to get a second one, and we're going to take out, open up your eyeshadow, and you're going to just take out a small amount onto your paper towel. Throw your spatula into the soil bag, and now you're just going to fold this over, and it's ready for use. Okay, sanitize your hands. And now we're ready to apply our foundation. We're going to use a spatula, and our foundation is going to be applied onto the spatula. Now, you can use the small spatula or you can use the large tongue depressor, whichever one you want. I'm going to choose to use the large tongue depressor to do this. So you're going to open it up and you're going to place the foundation without touching the nozzle onto the spatula. You're going to close your foundation, put it back onto your table setup, and now you're going to take one of your sponges. Over your soil bag, you're basically going to load the sponge with the foundation. So that way you have a palette to be working off of. So you can see this is not difficult to do. So just load it up. Now you can remain holding your tongue depressor if you choose to. I choose to go ahead and put it all onto my sponge. I throw my tongue depressor into my soil bag. Now when I'm applying my foundation, I'm going to go ahead and apply it evenly without any lines of demarcation. Let me emphasize, for video purposes, we're doing it in this direction. You can apply your foundation in this direction if you choose to, or you can turn your mannequin around when you get ready to work on the face. It is totally up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure you test your foundation before you go to state board with your mannequin, because different mannequins absorb differently. And the whole idea of the foundation is not seeing a line of demarcation. So make sure that you test that foundation before you go. What you want to do is you always want to have one hand on the face at all times. So as you can see, my foundation is blending really well. Now because these are mannequins, they do not absorb the makeup. So once again, working up and out. So you're just applying a little first, and then it's blend, 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 blend. Bring it up and back, up and back. Making sure you do not show a line of demarcation. Once you've completed the application, sit back and take a look and see if you need to blend a little more. Throw your sponge away, take out one tissue, wipe your hands if needed, and continue on. Sanitize your hands, and now you're ready to apply your powder. You're going to take your powder brush, you're going to open it up, you're going to load up that powder brush, and over your soil bag you're going to tap it so that you get no dust flying all over the place. You're going to go to the approach position, and you're applying this in a circular motion so that it blends well with the foundation. Go to the other side. Dispose of your brush as an item to be disinfected. So you're going to open your container and you're going to place it into the box and sanitize your hands. Now we're ready to go on to our blush. In our blush, we're going to take our blush brush, load it up with some blush, very little because you want to make sure that this blends and you do not see a line of demarcation. Tap it over onto your soil bag to remove any excess. And then you're going to place the brush just on the apple of the cheek, and then you're going to blend it. If you need to go more, you can go back into the same paper towel with the same brush because it is the same client. Just tap over your soil bag and apply the blush to the apple of the cheek. Blend, blend, blend. And now go to the second one. And take a look on both sides and make sure that you have a nice even application. Your brush then goes into your items to be disinfected and sanitize your hands. Now we've completed the foundation, the powder, and the blush. We're ready to go on to the eyes. At this point, we're going to groom the eyebrows. At this point, we're going to brush the brows. So under your paper towel, you will find the brow brush. So go into your approach position, double bracing. 1, 2, 3. This is called grooming the brows. Switch it over, double bracing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This now needs to be sanitized, goes into our items to be sanitized, and sanitize your hands. At this point, we're going to take our eyeshadow applicator that is under our paper towel, and we're going to apply eyeshadow to the eye area. So go ahead and load up eyeshadow. Dust off the excess, and with the mannequin you're going to have to press it in. So double bracing, you're going to have to press it in and make sure that it's an eyeshadow that they can see. So we're picking something that's a little bit more darker tone to the eye. If you need to reapply it, you can. Now the important part of the eyeshadow is to blend it, keeping that double bracing. So bring it up and just blend those edges. No hard lines. Okay? So now you can either use the same applicator, it's the same client, or you can get a new applicator. I'm going to turn it over and use the same one. Alright, so now we're going to do the second eye with the eyeshadow. We're going to double brace. Again, you can do this from the front or you can do it from the side, holding the skin taut. I first, because it's a mannequin, want to press it into the skin before I go into blending, because then it just kind of goes off. And they've got to see that you applied it to the eye area. So blend and then begin to bring it upwards. If you need to go back in, you're more than welcome to go back in and apply more product. Another way you can do this if you're working from behind is go around. And if you're ultimately right-handed, that's how you would do it. Make sure that it's blended evenly on both sides. And you can dispose of that and sanitize your hands. You also have Q-tips that are underneath, so you can use the Q-tips to kind of clean up some areas if you have areas that need to be cleaned up or blended. It's very hard to make this makeup look presentable, but it's what we need to do. Throw your Q-tip away into your soil and sanitize your hands. Now we're ready to apply our eyeliner. So we're going to take our eyeliner, put the cap under your paper towel, take your pencil over your soil bag. You're going to do about 2 or 3 turns, and you're going to sanitize your pencil that way. Tap off the excess shavings and put it under your paper towel. Double brace when applying it. So you're going to go from the corner to the center on the lower. If you're going to do the top ridge, which you really don't have to, but don't do it all the way in, just kind of apply it and then blend it with your Q-tip. Okay. Again, you're going to do it on the opposite eye. You're going to go from corner to center. If you're going to do the top, make sure you're double bracing, which is 2 points of contact, and bring it in. Don't bring it all the way in. Take your pencil over your soil bag. You're going to sharpen it once again to sanitize the pencil. Remove the shavings. Put the cap back on the pencil onto your table setup and sanitize your hands. Take your Q-tip, and with your Q-tip double bracing, you're just going to blend so that it looks nice and neat. Opposite, double brace, and clean up any areas. Okay, throw your Q-tip away and sanitize your hands. Now you're going to apply your mascara. You're going to take a disposable cotton one, a disposable mascara one. Open up your mascara. Now I always ask to cut this off first before when you're packing so that you're not, getting it in there. You're going to place the wand into the mascara and twist. Bringing it out, put the lid back on. And what you're doing is you're demonstrating double bracing around the eye area. So it's 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, and 1, 2, 3, and in. Again, this is just to demonstrate the double bracing. This is a disposable wand, so throw it into your soil, trash, and sanitize your hands. Taking a look, you can go ahead and take one more Q-tip just to kind of blend using your double bracing. throw it away. Sanitize your hands. Now we're ready to work on the lips. You're going to take your lip liner and you're going to put the cap under your paper towel. You're going to take and sharpen your lip liner and dust off the excess shavings over your trash bag. And now you're going to line the lips using double bracing around the mouth, one at the corner and under the chin. You go from corner to center, from corner to center. And you want to do that covering that whole lip line area. So we did the bottom and now we're going to do the top. We're going to go to the opposite side, and once again we're going to go from corner to center. And corner to center. We're going to sharpen our pencil. We're going to dust off the excess shavings over our trash bag, and we're going to put the cap back on. We are going to now use our Q-tip, kind of blend and double brace and clean up. Throw our Q-tip away, sanitize our hands, and now we're going to apply our lip color. Our lip color is applied using a spatula and a disposable lip brush. We're going to take our lip color and we're just going to scrape off a small amount onto our spatula. We're going to take our disposable lip brush, throw the capping into the trash, and load up the brush. Two points of contact, corner to center, corner to center, corner to center, and corner to center. Blend it really well into the lip liner. And dispose of your lip brush and spatula and sanitize your hands. At this point, that has concluded. Take a look, make sure you're blended well. Take a second makeup sponge and just kind of go over any areas that you see you may need to blend a little more. Throw that away. Sanitize your hands. Take your paper towel with your powders and fold it so you don't have a mess. Throw it into your soil bag. Take your makeup. Place it into your trash bag, and under your paper towel you can take all of your other makeup implements and place them into your trash bag. Make sure your table setup is nice and clean, and that concludes the application of your makeup. Our next procedure is eyelash enhancement. It is 10 minutes. The proctor will read your verbal instructions. The candidate will be evaluated on the following tasks. Eyelash enhancement supplies are labeled in English if original manufacturer's label is present. It must have English and may be multi-language. Any other created label must be in English only. Implements and supplies are visibly clean. Brushes the lashes to remove foreign matter. Measures and cuts the band to the appropriate length prior to application. Applies adhesive to the band. Applies band starting from the inner corner of the eye outward. Applies the band so lashes flow with the natural lash line. Items to be disinfected, soil, linen, and trash are disposed of in the correct manner throughout this section. So let's begin. We'll sanitize our hands, and we're going to take our Ziploc bag number 13. Now, I suggest that you take your lashes off of the strip prior to taking it to State Board, because it can be a little difficult and you may rip it. So take your implements and put them under your paper towel and throw your bag into the soil bag. Make sure that your glue, that you open it prior to arriving to the exam. So one of the important things, of course, is double bracing. Once again, this can be turned around the mannequin's head the other way, but we're doing it this way for the video purposes. At this time, we are going to measure our eyelashes prior to putting them on. So we are going to take our eyelashes out of the container with our tweezers. And like I said, it's much easier if you do this prior to bringing them, okay? So now you have your eyelash. You're going to take the shortest end is going to be on the inside of the eye. Because the lashes are applied in this direction, you're going to have to figure out which eyelash goes on which eye. So in this case, the eyelash belongs on this side. All right? So now we're going to measure. Putting the eyelash back with the tweezers, we're going to measure and use our scissors. Remember, when you are measuring, you're going to be applying it and cutting at an angle, generally at the outer end. All right? So make sure that the lashes are going to fit the eye just a little bit longer. So okay, we've turned our mannequin around for the benefit of being able to put the lash on with more ease on the video. Okay, so when you pick up your lash, you're measuring the lash as to the length of the eye. And so when you're going to cut it, you're going to cut it at an angle right toward the end. So you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut an angle right up here. Okay, so you're going to approach the eye, making sure you have that lash really secure. And you're going to start at the inner part of the lash, bringing it around all the way to the end, using the back end of your tweezers, double bracing with 2 points of contact, and securing the end. sit them up and just make sure that it's on there secure. Now you're going to repeat on the second eye the same task. You're going to take your toothpicks, dip into your glue. Okay, now we've already applied glue to our second lash. Our shortest ends go in the inside and out using our double bracing. So in this point, I'm going to begin on the inside of the lash, secure it, and bring it around to fit the rim of the lash. Use the back of your tweezers, double bracing, to kind of put it into place. What you want to see is that lash is secure right onto the edge of the eyelid. Make sure that you have the corners down. And there you have 2 sets of lashes. This is going to be much more difficult because the eyes are open. If you have mannequins that the eyes are closed, that's great. But this is just much more difficult. Okay, so now you wait for your examiner's instructions. Your tweezers and your scissors need to be disinfected. Both of those will now go into your disinfectant tray. Your glue and your rest of your products will go into your trash bag to be disposed of, and sanitize your hands. And that concludes the eyelash application. Blood exposure procedure, proctor verbal instructions. You will imagine the following scenario. During a service, your client has sustained a minor cut on the forehead. The injury is such that you can continue with the service. You have not come in contact with the blood at your work area and has not been contaminated. You are expected to demonstrate the proper procedure for blood exposure. You will be expected to follow all client protection, safety, and infection control procedures. Candidate will be evaluated on the following tasks. Blood exposure supplies and materials are labeled in English. If original manufacturer's label is present, it must have English and must be multi-language. Any other created label must be only English. Removes material from the first aid kit. Supplies the material visibly clean. Candidate wears gloves. Cleans injury area with antiseptic. Covers with dressing that is absorbent and secure, and disposes of all contaminated supplies. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to sanitize our hands. And under our paper towel, we're going to take out 1 paper towel. We're going to open it up lengthwise, and we're going to put our supplies underneath for our blood spill. We're going to take out our red label bags labeled biohazard. We have 2 of them. We're going to take out our Band-Aids. We're going to take out our antiseptic wipe and our pair of gloves. Going to put on our gloves first. After we put on our gloves, we are going to clean the area with our antiseptic wipe. So we're going to open it up, dispose of our foil into our trash bag. And we are going to wipe the area clean. So we're going to put it and wipe the area clean. Once you wipe that area clean, you're going to have to take the gauze and it is placed into your biohazard bag because it has contaminants. Open up your biohazard bag and place it into your biohazard bag. Now you're going to take, under your paper towel, you're going to take one tissue or gauze and you're just going to wipe the area clean. This also goes into your biohazard bag. Zip it up. And now you're going to cover it. Okay, you're going to take your Band-Aid, go ahead and open it up. Remember, you need to use an absorbent type of material. You're going to open up the Band-Aid and apply it to the area. Pull it out. Peel it off. Using your double bracing technique as well, secure the area and apply the Band-Aid to the area. Throw away your paper. Remove your gloves in a secure manner with folding the gloves into the gloves. Those gloves then go into your biohazard bag, which then gets zipped up, placed into a second bag, and disposed of into your trash bag. Now sanitize your hands. And that concludes your blood spill procedure. At this point, you have concluded with the Arizona Practical Aesthetics exam. You have one basket, so what you're going to do is you're just going to place all your items that remain on your table setup into your basket as such. And all of your disposables will then go into your trash bag. Your mannequin will be undraped, which will then go into your trash bag. You do get one paper towel, and you are going to clean off your table setup. So save one paper towel. This all gets folded, goes into your trash bag, your basket, take out your disinfectant, goes into your trash bag, spray the table with your paper towel, clean off the area, That goes into your trash bag and the disinfectant gets put away. And that concludes your practical exam.